Hi, this is Brenda, and this is in the afternoon, and I've decided that I need to make a greeting card. As you can see, I'm rummaging through all of my stamps. Some stamps I've even made myself with this plastic stuff that you can get at the grocery store, and then you just cut out what you want, and then you can stamp it on things. And then I have different kinds of ink for stamping. I have different glitters. This is a hot air thing for raised lettering and stuff. Here's another glitter stamp. I have lots to choose from, but I've already chose a bunch of stuff to make a little card. Here's some old ones that I've done. This one was all done with stamps. Even the little saying there, gentle thoughts to thee from me. Inside you put your message. And on the outside, I have a stamp that says handmade because you're worth it. And you can put your name on it too. Here's a stamp, a card that I made, and it's some of my own designs, but then I cut out some of them so there's a 3D look. You put those little glue dots on the back so it stands up a little bit. And I even added some inside the card. And these are raised. That one I just hand signed. I usually buy these ones I think that's called the A2 size, and I love the craft look because it's more handmade looking. This is the envelope that I'm going to use, and here is the inside that I'm going to use, which is where we're going to put some kind of design inside here. It has an area on the side that you can put things in, and then there's where you write a message, and we'll put something on the back. Right now I'm deciding that I want to go with a ocean theme. And let me put this camera up on the thing so that you can see better. There. Now I've got my camera up here, and I will aim it down so you can kind of see my thought process when I go to design a card. I used to sell cards a lot. And sometimes I use stamps, sometimes I hand draw things. I use a lot of miscellaneous papers. Today I've chose this paper to go with my ocean theme. Even though this is upside down here, the part I'm going to use is just this little area here. And so I'm going to make something inside here, and then I will, as I go along, then I'll decide which elements that I want to put in there. I also decided I might want to put a touch of glitter on some of the things. And here's some more stamps that I'm thinking of using. Here's the handmade because you're worth it stamp. And here's one that's really, I use a lot. It just says created by, and then I hand put my name in there. And I picked out two tiny stamps, a little seahorse and a little star. I may or may not use all of these. Well, I'm not going to use all of them, but these are just stickers. You peel them and stick them on. I like this one. It's going to be one of the main ones in there. All right, that's definitely what I'm going to use. And then the rest we'll use as I go along. First thing I'm going to do, since I'm using this, I'm going to use the back flap as a template to cut out the size of my background. And usually I put it there, I just put it on there where it's even, and then I just slide this way 1/4, so it's just a little bit short of that. And I just use that as the template. And I will mark around here, pin, where I'm going to cut. I really am kind of a freestyle. I don't measure everything. Sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. It's just the way I do things. I'm going to need some scissors. I think when you design a card, it's really nice if you know the person, because then you're really going to make it personalized for them. If you've bought any greeting cards lately, you'll know that they're extremely expensive, especially if you get something with 3D in it. And it's so easy to just make your own using all kinds of scraps or whatever you have. A lot of things I have picked up, like stamps, you can get super cheap at the thrift stores. I found this glitter at the thrift store. You can get even scissors, miscellaneous papers. I have those big stacks where you get multiple prints on them. They're big size square papers. So it's pretty easy to get a stock up. Just do it over time. You don't have to go out and buy a whole bunch of stuff. That's not going to save you any money. You can see that this is going to fit in here really nicely. Yep, that's going to fit in there just great. So the next thing I'm going to do is decide where I want everything. I think I will leave this in here for a moment. What did I do with my main thing? Okay, this is going to be my main focal. And your main focal should never be right in the center or just one right up here. I mean, you can go in one of the corners, but kind of lay it out so you get a balance of your design. And just have fun while you do things. Now I can either stamp this little seahorse for that. I know those two are going on the back. But I'm kind of thinking, this says life's at ease with the ocean breeze. So probably the sailboat though I really do like the lighthouse too. I'm thinking since this is longer, I might go with the lighthouse. Nope, as I'm looking at it, it's just too big. Let's see what it's going to look like with the small sailboat, and then maybe do a sea star in there. That looks much better to me. That means could put it on the side too. I think I'll just go with the one sea star. I like to get a lot of ink on there. I'm just going to put this right down in here, I think. I like to press in the center of it first and then just kind of press all the way around so that you get a nice stamp on there. Oh, that's going to look nice. You see how that's going to look? Okay, this here has no glue on it, so I'm going to put some glue on the back of this one. When you're using kind of a thin paper like I'm doing, and you put something like this on, it's a good idea to use your finger and kind of spread this out so it doesn't make it too wet in one area of the paper, then it would be puckery. Just kind of spread it around like that. With that craft white glue, you've got some time to work with it a little bit. Position this right there. That part's done. I'm going to try just a little bit of this gold glitter. I put a little dab on here just to make sure that it comes out good. And I'm just going to do that right on the bow of this ship where there's some brown. And then when it dries, it'll make it nice and glittery right there. I'm also going to put a little bit on the starfish. Now that won't show up too much probably in the picture, but when that dries, it'll be nice and glittery there. While this is drying, carefully, I'm going to turn this card over, and I'm going to put my stamp that says handmade. Again, you can sign your name right under this, or you can just stamp it and not sign it. Again, make sure that you go over it slowly by pressing hard all around there so that you know you've got a good stamp. Usually you can clean your stamps with just a little, get an old rag works the best, with just a little soap and warm water. When you're all done stamping, you can clean those off and then put them away. I am going to put one more stamp on there. I'm going to use this seahorse that I didn't use on the front. I'm going to put that on the back. Yeah, I like that. Totally unplanned. That's what I mean. I just kind of go along, and you can see how that turned out. And that blue is kind of glittery too. So this is starting to turn out nice. It's starting to get that glitter in there. I can see it in there. And that's kind of it. I really don't have to do a lot more. I mean, I could put some more little stamps around here. I could put maybe some of this glitter in little like bubble drops. That might be really nice before I finish. I'll go ahead and do that. Let me stir this up just a little bit again. This would be like bubbles. Little glittering bubbles. I think on the very bottom I might just do some waves. There you have it. There's your front. And there's going to be our back. You could always make this neat when you send it off to whoever you're sending it to. I'm going to add another one of these little seahorses. You don't want it right there where you put your return address, and you don't want it right there where you're going to put your main address. So I'm just going to stamp down here in the bottom. And now we have the little card with the envelope all ready to give to somebody. That'll take a little while to dry, but that shows you a little bit of how I go about doing a card. I just did a card for my granddaughter, and it's got, this is on the outside and it has her name, and then I put a little, one of them washi tapes on the back that says just for you, special delivery. Unfortunately, I've already sealed it so you can't see the inside, but I made the whole design in her favorite colors, and it's kind of a grunge look, and I put in extra little colors that she likes a lot, like some purple from one print and then this here print here. So I think she'll be really pleased with that. Now that little circle says duh, so I put that on there and give her, that will be with her little gift. I'll probably do some more videos on different crafting things. I want to add more interesting things to my YouTube channel and try to have things of interest to people who love to craft. And I like using handmade things. I like using found things, especially, like I said, thrift stores, garage sales. Pick up these little things and then conglomerate them and make some really unique gifts that you don't have to spend a lot of money on. You'll be able to save a lot if you do it that way. And you don't have to be a good artist, quote, quote. You just have to have a good eye for color. And like I said, whoever you're giving these for, you can be thinking about what they like. And if you're going to be selling them at craft fairs or something, just make sure you get really good printing ink and have a nice variety of what people would normally buy, like you could say happy birthday ones, but then that kind of limits it. I think a blank card that doesn't really say what it's for, it just could be for anything, will probably sell better. Anyway, that's my tips for today, and I pray that you have a creative day and a creative week, and you just keep making things. See you later. Bye.